Hi, how are you doing? Good afternoon. Good to see all of us. It is a beautiful day in the city of Dallas. I hope that wherever you're watching me from, you are good and the day has been beautiful. I am aware that some countries have what you will call public holiday today, like Nigeria. They are resting today and tomorrow, and I am so happy for them that they get to rest, because Nigerians are very unique and special. So greetings from the US, and I'm saying hello to everyone joining me from anywhere. Could you please let me know where you are tuning in from? What part of the world are you sharing this experience from? Are you in Africa? Are you in Asia? Where exactly are you? Please talk to me. Please talk to me. Please talk to me. Where are you joining from? Where are you listening from? Where is this experience, showing up for you from? What country are you in presently? Lagos, Nigeria. Good. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you tuning in from? That looks like the United Kingdom. Bol Dale. Yes. So I see Lagos, I see the United Kingdom. Where else are we listening to me from? Please represent the country you're listening from. Please represent the country you are listening from. Nigeria and the UK. I see both of you. I am representing the US so that we're not left out. Where are you listening to me from? Let me see all my good people in the house. Where are you listening from? Nigeria is leading. What's going on? Where are my Ghanaians, my Kenyans, my South Africans? On YouTube, my highest listeners are in the US, and they are 68.2. Like 68% of 68.2% of my followers on YouTube are men. Like, I just love those guys. 68.2% are men, and they listen to me, number one, from the US, from Nigeria, from Saudi Arabia, and then from Dubai. Oh, Chicago is here, Germany is here. Good. So I see Nigeria, I see the US, I see the UK, I see Germany. Excellent. So 4 different nations are represented. If you haven't mentioned your country, please do so. Today we're going to be having a conversation that I titled The Gift of Insecurity. The gift of insecurity. And I would define what insecurity means, some symptoms of insecurity, and how we can start dealing with insecurity. If you know that your friend is supposed to be here, please invite your friends. Mrs. Olayinka Mubarak, I see you. I thought I saw Dr. Stephen Akitayo earlier on. He has a show in the US this week, and I wish him success at his show. United Kingdom is here. Thank you so much. So please share the link with your friends, share with everyone. Let's talk about the gift of insecurity. So I won't go into the etymology of the word insecurity, which is the root meaning of that word. I won't disturb you with it. I will come from a relatable way. I won't give you the theory, and no, I would give you something that you will relate with immediately and be able to deploy and grow on the spot. Like, after this live session, you will know that something happened to you and something shifted in you. So the first feeling of insecurity is the feeling of not being good enough. Every time you feel that you are not good enough, it is a feeling of insecurity. And the irony of it is that we all experience that. We all experience that we're not good enough, sometimes emotionally, sometimes spiritually, sometimes financially, sometimes physically, sometimes mentally. So examples will be, for physical, Sometimes we don't like the way our bodies look. So sometimes it may be our nose, it may be your bust, it may be your hips, it may be your legs. You know, the media has given us a picture of perfection, and that picture relates with what you would call the hourglass shape, something like this, and you call it a figure 8. So physically, men have insecurities, women have. That's why even sexual drugs or enhancements, put this on or rub this cream and then there's an enhancement, this and that, you want to change your size, you want to do this, and then they've taken it a notch higher. Cosmetic surgery is now rearranging, you know, people's bodies to fit what they want and all. So there's the physical part of it, where if you are a many-breasted person, it looks like, oh, you feel like, beyond the fact that there's the back pain and all that, to be honest, you know, you just feel like, if only I was this way. And then sometimes we begin to do things that are detrimental to our health, you know, to fix that part of it. And then sometimes also hips, you know, now we are moving parts from one section to the other section, and then you see that almost everybody around or in some certain places now look hourglass and stuff. So there's a physical part of the insecurity where we want to look like a picture of what media resonates, a picture of acceptance, a picture of belonging, a picture of perfection. You know, we want to make heads turn, as they call it. So they tell you to do this one so that you can appeal to these people, do that one so that you can appeal to them. We just keep doing things to appeal. That's the physical part. There's the mental part where you feel that some people are more intelligent than you, and because of that, there's a sting of envy or jealousy. You know, you just feel like, who does she think she is? She's always favored. People always do things. You know, you just begin to wonder that, okay, for the physical insecurity and the mental insecurity, you are with some people and it looks like you intimidate them. I know sometimes people say to me, hope you know you intimidate people. And I'm like, if you know me very well, I don't have your time. Nothing bothers me. I have no secret. I'm not interested in pleasing you, or I don't like stress, so I'm really on my lane. So if you are intimidated, I'm not your problem. You should fix the insecurity. You know, what have I done in life that is stressing you? Like, what have I achieved that you are concerned about? Is it the doctorate? Is it my Forbes? Is it, like, what exactly is going on? Like, how is a mere mortal choking your existence? And then you want to transfer the responsibility to the mere metal. Have you eaten? Like, please don't stress my fluffy life. If you're intimidated, just be going. Don't stress me. You know, so there's that mental intimidation where when people sound in a particular way, you know, that's the reason why people also now have formed accents. There's some people who have never traveled out before, which is not a bad thing. But, you know, they have like 6-7 accents. I don't have a problem with you speaking good English. You know, but when you start rolling your tongue, something is wrong. Do you understand? When people can't hear you again, like, what's going on? The owners of the accents are not even stressing us like that. You know, people who even live with them. You know, when my American friends come over to my house and they're talking, they talk like they're singing. Especially the Southern American ones. They draw their stuff. Hello! You know, and then they yab me. They say to me that when I talk, I'm very, so they drag their vowel sounds. We don't. So for example, we say a car. They don't say car. They say car. I'm like, what's going on? So I had to say to them one day that anytime you speak, it's like you are singing. They gave us a laughing that. That's the same way she feels. And when I'm thinking that, it's like, I can't wait. And then she said that I speak very fast. That they can't hear me. I'm like, oh really? That me, I can't even hear you also. You know, the dynamics are there, and people who even have the accent don't even, they are looking for how, like, I've taught them some languages, at least now they also say I'm an elderly person. Like, I've roped them, now they even know how to eat boli. Do you understand? There's boli now, and what do we eat? Peppered sauce. In fact, it's God that said that they should not collapse in my house. So when I offered them jollof rice, I just saw that they started crying. I didn't know that it was the pepper in the rice that was stressing them. I had to tell them that, hope they don't need 911 because this is our rice. This is how we used to eat it in our country. You know, but people with the accent are looking for how to understand us. it is the other people who don't have the accent that are changing and squeezing, their, whatever. So there's that mental insecurity, there is the physical insecurity. So let's go to the financial insecurity. That financial insecurity is the stress, where somewhere like social media, the metaverse stresses everybody. Everybody is just ensuring and attempting, or maybe pretending or looking for validation. Everything that has happened in your existence must be published online. Sometimes you will see some things and you're like, ouch, how did this get here? LinkedIn is the king of pathological lying. Even though, in fact, the way they even now spam DMs, like a lot of things happen there. Everybody is just trying to let you know that they have succeeded and they will keep succeeding. And if you're not careful, you're just wondering where your own life is moving. And then Instagram is the queen of perfection. They will edit every imperfection out and you'll be using them as a point of contact. That Facebook is for you to inform your family members that you are still succeeding. So in case anybody's from the village, let them know that they are not prospering, because success is your own cup of tea. So social media, not social media alone really, almost everywhere we're looking for validation. There's that enwrapped feeling, of not being good enough everywhere. And sometimes it also may be how we were raised. If we were raised by parents who used to compare us, so sibling rivalry, comparison, you want to correct a child, you are using another child to correct that child. So you are saying something and you're like, can't you see this person, can't you see that person? That one is there. Then at school, in class, report card also was supposed to give us some level of maybe clarity, direction, and a source of improvement, that, oh, okay, improve this, you are great at this. But if we're not careful, report card also came with some level of comparison where you were never first or second or third, and it wasn't because you were dull, but maybe because your preferred learning language or learning style was not really, what you were getting, or maybe the content of the curriculum was not even your area of interest. You were interested in some other things. So there were good parts of these things, but if we're not careful, there was also this insecurity. And then getting into the world, you just begin to see that, okay, this feeling of not good enough is just everywhere. You fail an exam, you do not get a job, you don't get a scholarship. Sometimes it is even when you are single. For singles, there's this cultural umbrella that if you are not married, there's a problem, so people begin to try and put you in a box. It must be your character, it must be the kind of car that you drive. If you're from Africa, there are some cars that some people will tell you not to buy because you're a single woman. There are some positions that you may not attain. I remember a particular company who told me that, oh, if you're single, there's a level of leadership you can't attain in their company. And I was just looking at them like, you'll be okay. So there's that feeling of not being good enough. Then sometimes even when you get married, if your husband is not committed to you, if he's cheating, the feeling is there. If you do not have a child yet, that feeling is there. For the men, if you are dealing with sterility or whatever that men deal with, low sperm count, premature ejaculation, the size of their organ, like different things. So there's so many physical, emotional, mental, financial insecurities, that we can be buried with. So all of us experience that feeling of not being good enough. You go to the embassy to get a visa, you get denied. That feeling is there again. You apply. I remember someone who said to me, I sent in more than 200 applications and I have still not gotten any feedback. Is it that what I am on paper is not really who I am in life? And then sometimes also it looks like you have prayed repeatedly, you haven't seen an answer to something, then you begin to feel like, oh, I must be the problem. Those things are there. So insecurity is what we all experience, no matter who you are, no matter how high achieving or whatever that you are. Insecurity shows up, but there's something that I have decided to call the gift of insecurity. So how are we going to deal with this feeling? What are we going to do differently? How can insecurity serve our purpose? How can insecurity serve our purpose? So that's why I titled it The Gift of Insecurity. Every time you feel insecure, it is a trigger to for you to know that you need to fix something. Every time you feel insecure, it is a trigger that you must pay attention to. Insecurity by itself is not a problem. It is what we do with it. You feeling not good enough is not a problem. It is how you move from that feeling of not being good enough to now start feeling good enough. So whether it is physical insecurity, emotional, financial, spiritual, mental, whatever feeling that you have, be assured that if you pay attention, you will be able to move from that feeling of you are not good enough to what you should be doing differently. So there are some symptoms of insecurity. Number one, like I said, it is that feeling of that you are not good enough. Number two, it is also, it shows up as a sting of envy and jealousy. You know, when people succeed around you, how do you welcome other people's success? How do you respond to people's happiness? You know, it's okay for people to share something with you and, you know, you just appreciate them. Not that you are appreciating them at the behind or in your head, you are feeling, oh, why is that thing not happening to me? How come this person got it and not me? No. So the moment you start feeling jealous and envious, we need to fix something there. Another feeling of insecurity is validation, especially external validation. A source can be that you show up so much on social media because you want everybody to know, to feel, and to just see what is going on in your life per time. Is that feeling of what we used to call notice me? Is that feeling of acceptance? Is that feeling of I didn't believe I could be here, now I'm here? It's okay for you to have moved and altered your background, you know, but at a certain level, there is a particular way that some things must come across, even if you are doing those things. So that feeling of external validation, where everything is on social media, you don't even have boundaries. Everything is on social media. Another one is you are always seeking what I would call is a source of validation, but here is what I'm trying to say. You are always seeking to be acknowledged and to always be seen as people's source. You know, it's that feeling like, I don't mind you succeeding, but in your success story, ensure that at every point in time I'm there. That the people who say words like, oh, if not for me, I made you who I am, I own you. All those people who, somewhere along the line, even when they want to help you, they have an agenda. Because as much as possible, you must always mention, refer, and attach your story to them as some iota of source. So even if they are not the main source, and this is not you not appreciating people. Appreciate people, your mentors, people who open doors for you, people who showed up for you. But when someone is trying to consume glory, I call it glory consuming. When somebody is trying to do that, there's something else. Another sign of insecurity is people don't want to share people. So an example is you are doing something and some other people are trying to find out the source of whatever you're doing and you can't point them towards it. So I'll give you a practical example. I live in the US and I see two communities in the US who try as much as possible to form a community, like two different nations and citizens of those nations. Number one, I would give it to the Indians. Then I also see this also around the Chinese. So I see Chinese and Indians as much as possible trying to form a community. When you show up somewhere, you will hardly feel alone, not because you are not living alone, but because there's this form of interdependence. You know, Igbo people in Lagos, Nigeria, there's some set of people that we call the Igbos. When you go to the market, what you would call, what would they call it abroad? Maybe a mall or something. Yeah, when you just go to what we'll call the African stores or markets, and you get into a store and the owner of the store doesn't have something. Instead of him telling you that, oh, I don't have this microphone, he will say, oh, don't worry, I'll go to my brother's shop and get it. I have another shop. Now, he's not even the owner of the other shop, but what he's indirectly trying to do is what you will call affiliate marketing. He goes to the other shop, gets the product, sells it at his own shop, they pay him the money, then he takes his profit and renders, you know, the cost price or whatever the owner of the product said to him. So in between, he doesn't have it, but he also didn't lose money. You know, so Indians and Chinese, from what I've seen here, they have this interdependence where they are trying to build communities. But there are some other people who do not have the interdependence, because for them is, once we get here, if we're not careful, we'll shut the door against other people, and we then become a mystery, so that anything people want to do, they will do it through us. So as much as possible, they want to become the source. It's like a spirit of godfatherism. You will not rise high without me, and even if you want to rise high, it must be through me, you know. And it is not a very good model, because it's a flavor of witchcraft, where when you help people, you also monitor their growth and development, or you rather don't help them at all, especially if they are not going to worship you. I remember how I got to the US. It was through a friend, you know, and yesterday I was thinking to myself that if this gentleman had not mentioned this to me, if he had shown up here himself, I'd have mentioned his name, but I'm not sure how comfortable he is if I do, you know. So if this gentleman had not shared this detail with me on how I can move into the US as an expat, I would not have known. But I know some other people would not have done that. And I'm not sure it is because they are wicked. It is a sign of insecurity. Meaning, I can't show you my source, because if I can show you my source, I may stop benefiting from it, or you may succeed more than me, that kind of thing. And sometimes it happens to us. It also depends on how we were raised. Parenting is very key. So if you were raised in a polygamous house, you may be used to competition, and you may be used to distrust. You don't really trust people. And it's not because you are a wicked person, but because that's the program that is in you. So if there are about 15 people, you are always looking at how to watch your back and how to get the highest market share and the mind share. So the mind share will be in the heart of your parents, most likely the heart of your dad, because even your mom will use you to get mind share from your dad. So for example, when you go to school, it's not longer about learning alone. It is now about learning and ensuring that you succeed, not because you want to succeed, but because succeeding would also give you a larger percentage of your father's mind share. And automatically it boils down to your mother also, because if you are a very effective and responsible son or daughter, that means that your mother raised you well. Automatically your father will love you more and then push some favors in her way. So reading in class is just not reading to pass, it's reading with an agenda in mind. You want to succeed for yourself, succeed for your other siblings, succeed for your mother, and all of that. So at every point in time, you are used to having an agenda that you don't even understand when people are kind to you without any agenda, because at every point in time, you have 11, 12, 13, 8, 7, 6 people to compete with or compete against. So insecurity is very deep. It also shows up at work, where you are not the owner of an idea, but you want to steal the idea and present it like you own it. Your team members came up with something, and I remember a particular incident that happened to me when I used to live in Nigeria. It was a mentor's birthday, and then I know this gentleman who liked and still likes the mentor. So I told him years ago that, oh, it is this man's birthday. He didn't know him like that. I knew him very well. So I said, I'm going to this man's house. It is his birthday. I know that you like him, and I don't mind doing an introduction. But what I think we should do is that we should get a gift and present it to him. So he was like, oh, good idea. He wouldn't mind coming along. So I sent a message to the mentor to say, oh, I'll be coming with a friend. Do you mind? And he said, oh, he doesn't mind and stuff. So I sent money, you know, to my friend, and both of us bought a gift. And then we showed up at this mentor's house. It was his first time there. We showed up at his house and we're talking, and then he had the gift. You know, I didn't feel anything to collect the gift from him or something. Men are men, so let them lead. So he had the gift, and while he was presenting to him, he was like, oh, that because it was his birthday, that he thought of getting him a gift. So here is the gift he bought for him. He didn't mention me or anything. And then remember that I sent money to him. So I also didn't say any word, you know, so that's passed. You know, wrote me a time, instead of you to be sending me money, you are stressing me. Is it that you cannot be putting me on allowance? Wrote me. You know, so when that went, I remember when we go back into the car, we're going home. I now said to him that, meanwhile, you presented the gift like it was your gift. You didn't even mention my name. He was like, I forgot. I said, forgot what? Forgot that I sent you money. Or forgot you withdrew the money from the ATM to buy this gift. You know, but I just felt he just wanted to score points. And because I don't have time to be scoring 1 point or the other, I don't mind if anything you feel. Do you understand? So but I was just humbled. And he also called my attention to the fact that, oh, if you're not careful, this is who this person is. Like, I was the one who told you it was somebody's birthday. I was the one who requested that he should please permit you to come. Then I sent you money to buy us a gift because you were driving to meet me at my office, you know, and then you bought the gift too. But the only part I was not aware of was that you had an agenda. And then when you were presenting the gift, you presented like you bought it from your pocket. I was just like, you know, but it's definitely a sign of insecurity. He needed to score points. And in scoring the points, he didn't mind who was crushed and who was not crushed. So there are flavors of insecurity, and you know your own. The personal conversation you should ask will revolve around, number one, what is making you not feel good enough physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially. In fact, sometimes spiritual. I am not one of those people that will be forcing the agenda of Jesus is a superior God. I'm not interested in who is superior. I just want to have a relationship with Christ. So I'm not here to say Jesus is superior to other religions and all those stress. I'm not interested. When people ask me, Jesus is kingdom, don't stress me. I have a relationship with Jesus, and Jesus is not asking me to choke other people with his name. He loves us. Do you understand? He loves everybody. So those people that you hate and all that, I don't know why. Some of us despise LGBT crew. Why? Are you attracted to them? Because I really don't know how you're going to hate people based on their sexual preference. Kilo Shele. Do you like them? Like, what exactly is going on? Can't people be who? And then I think we do it on behalf of religion. I think we should just focus on relationship and mind our business. In fact, let me say mind our damn business. Do you understand? Like, there are 8 billion people. We definitely cannot have one manual or one agenda. Do you understand? We can't have one book that everybody is following. No. So when people decide to step out, be assured that the one who created them can make them step in. If God is concerned or very disturbed, be assured he can fight his battle. And then when did you really align with him that you are now stressing every other person? Because you just mistakenly aligned with the Savior. Every other person now, you've abandoned them to hell. No, that's not what we're called to do. So we have different flavors of insecurity. Sometimes we even think our church is better than another church. You would even be saying my religion is better, my kinikon is better. I'm not. No. What we should focus on is what is within our control. And the first question is, what is making me not feel good enough? What part of my body am I embarrassed about? Because that's the reason why cosmetic surgeons are now rich at 6-7 million per carving. They just carve it out. What is it about my body that I am insecure about, that I feel like I have to be carved to get it? You know, there's so many things we do. People are experiencing kidney issues now because they have toned and they have whitened to the point that it has affected their kidney. Because I'm told that when you put something on your skin soaks it in or sucks it in. Either of both. And then it begins to affect your kidney. And we say it repeatedly. But people are still doing it. And then later on, we have to start praying for what we could have avoided. And social media is putting us on another pedestal. Somebody was saying something to me today, and I reminded the person. I said, let me tell you something. I have friends who are older than me, and I'm at no point even thinking of me and them. I said, my closest male friend is Praise Forward. I think that Praise is 44 or something. So if you look at Praise now and me, you will think that both of us are age mates. I said, he's doing what he's supposed to do at his age. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do at my age. It's called personal self-respect. Do you understand? People just come on social media and you begin to chase other people's future and success. Have you forgotten your age? Do you understand? Have you forgotten your age? Somebody will just follow, if I want to be like you. If you look at them now, 22, there was even one who was saying, I just want to be like you, or whatever. I said, how would I do 22? I said, you better wait where you are. 22. I said, I can't remember the last time I was 22, 60 years ago. So, I said, what's going on? I'm telling you, Rotimi Tayo is here also. Rotimi is above 40. Me and Rotimi are not age mates. That's the reason why I said that you should put me on allowance. There's no younger person I've told to put me on allowance. Only people who are older than me. Because on a normal day, they should be giving me money. I'm telling you, on a normal day, they should be giving me money. So all these insecurities that we experience, sometimes we actually even experience insecurities in our friendships and in our relationships. You know, sometimes your partner is really succeeding and then it looks like you are not succeeding like you should. Your partner is not the problem. Because it is at that point you will now start to notice the tiniest thing. Mistakenly, their protein or meat or chicken may now be bigger than you. That's when you now say, is it because you are the one paying for? Is it because? No. Don't ruin your relationship because of insecurities. Insecurities will also be what people will say something or not say something. You have read meaning inside it. In fact, you have carved an entire Nollywood plot that they can shoot for series inside one particular thing that happened or did not happen. Some of us have ruined friendships and relationships because of insecurity. And we need to ask ourselves that question. What area of my life am I not feeling good enough? What area of my life do I know that I need help with? What area of my life? You know, I was having a conversation with someone yesterday and the person said to me that, hope you know that people will be feeling insecure around you. I said, what does that mean? He said, you've done exceptionally well. The person went ahead to start reading my dossier. There were even some that I even forgot that I've done in life. I'm like, it's like you even have my CV more than me. He said, you going to be? I said, anybody who is stressed by me is just on their own. I have no idea that they exist. And I don't bother anybody. There's nothing in my agenda that is stressing anybody. Is it my red lipstick or my red glasses? So what is going on? But it is what it is, where almost everyone wants to be larger than life. Almost everyone wants to. In fact, sometimes when people meet you, they drop names. So I run an academy in Nigeria, Emotion City. And then people come for training, and then when you say, oh, how did you hear about us? Could you please let us know what your desired outcome is? You now hear, oh, I'm so and so. I trained at so and so. I attended this Ivy League. They say a lot of things. You just now be wondering, Two simple questions. So, how did you hear about us? Number two, what is your desired outcome from this training? You will hear everything about their life. The only thing they will leave out is the house address. In fact, some will actually tell you, oh, I live in Ikoyi. Ikoyi is part of Lagos, you know. So they will even mention it. Insecurity makes you name drop. If you can't have a conversation without bringing in some other people to increase your perception, so that people will think that, oh, you are very successful. You know, it is, in fact, it is okay to travel and put pictures online, to be fair. It is very okay. But when we are seeing pictures of so many things, it's okay, like I said, it is okay to travel and post pictures. But when you are posting pictures that are supposed to be private in the public area, there's something is wrong. I remember one day somebody said to me that he went somewhere for an interview, and they asked him who he is, something. I don't know what they used to write in that interview, maybe reference or something. You know, I don't know for job. I think reference. They now asked him, who his reference was, he now said me. So he now came to my DM to inform me. And I said, have we met before? He said, no. I said, how am I your reference? He said, he follows me on Instagram. I said, I'm Roberts, most likely will be following me on Instagram. Wicked people are following me on Instagram. I said, I've never met you before in life. I will most likely not meet you because I'm not a young girl and I don't live in your country. So how am I your reference? So if they call me now to refer you, what will I say? He said, yeah, that's the reason why he sent me a message that I should not spoil it. So I said, you don't need me to help you to spoil you. You have already lied. I said, don't let them reach out to me. Because he said he put my name on my hand. I said, don't let them reach out to me. Anybody who knows me well knows that I don't know how to tell lies. I will just say, I have no idea who he is. He actually sent me a DM after he came here. And then he told me what I'm saying now to tell you. I said, as I am, me and Pontius Pilate, we are friends, black and white. We wash our hands of drama. If I wanted to be very wealthy, I know what I will be doing. I am very fine and I'm set. Do you understand? My configuration is a blessing from the Most High and I'm very pretty, effortlessly pretty. Do you understand? So I said, if I wanted corners, I know what I will do. And I have access. Do you understand? And I have sense. And then I study psychology. Do you understand? So I can manipulate if I want to. I can do hypnosis if I want to. I said, I have plenty of things at my disposal, science and spirituality. I said, if I'm not using any, it is because of the word values and ethics. So I beg in the name of God, just leave me to be where I am. We use the Bible and we use science. People like me can be dangerous in life. But when you see people like me submitting to the Most High, the King of Kings, you will know that is by decision and a choice. It's not lack of options. Do you understand? Yes. So insecurity is very crucial and critical, where you are disturbing people, you really don't want people to prosper. Everything around you does not make you feel good enough. Insecurity is that spirit that will make you use perfume, and instead of just using enough, you almost break the bottle on yourself because you want other people to perceive it that you have come and arrived. No. When you spray perfume, put it behind your ear, maybe your neck. I don't really know the places. They said we should put it on our hand also. But when you spray perfume, like you soaked your shirt in it, it's not normal. Insecurity is forced accent. It's not normal. Insecurity is name dropping. Insecurity is buying what you cannot afford. Carry your eye away. If you don't buy it today or this month or this year, you will not collapse. You know, insecurity is you just pretending online. You know where you live, but you will be taking pictures of heaven and be stressing people. You know, when I post, I usually tell my followers, don't use my life as your template. Oh, don't pressure yourself. Just leave me alone in my apartment, in my world, because I wasn't created to frustrate you. And if you feel disturbed, just unfollow. Don't stress yourself with my existence. It's only this red lipstick. Just leave it. I'm just increasing my vanity metric. In fact, this red lipstick, it was Sheun Shobo. He's listening to me now. He's the founder of Voiceover Academy. He told me one day, oh, you can go and buy one lipstick called Ruby Woo. RUBYWOO. Yes, I think it's by Mark. This one is free advert. He said it will fit you. That was about 5-6 years ago, and he has been blessing me since then. Do you understand? So I even told you the source of the lipstick. It's not from my head. God sent him to increase my beauty. Do you understand? So the first level of insecurity is the feeling of you are not good enough, and it is a gift, because what you are now supposed to do after that is what I call conversations within. You will now sit yourself down. What part of my life do I need to step up? What part of my life do I need to increase? What must I do differently? What must I stop doing? Because when you say you are not good enough, a part of you has an idea of how you want to be good enough, where you think you should be, but you may not know how to get there, and that's where you need experts. But anytime you feel you are not good enough, the gift is the fact that something within you is telling you to come up higher, play a bigger game. So it is not enough to just not feel good enough. It's the fact that when you feel it, that financially I'm not good enough, the next thing is to start listening to YouTube videos to check out people who have made it in life. The next thing is to Google. Like, I sleep on YouTube, and thankfully, because I live abroad, internet is good. When I was in Nigeria like this, one day you not finish one thing, because those ones, the spirit is different. But here, to some extent, it's just easy flow. So anywhere you live, it is, if you have good internet, please just make use of it. YouTube is a university on its own. It's an institution. Google it. If you feel like financially you're not good enough, check it out. Google how to make money online. Affiliate marketing, sales and marketing, the business Kiniko. Be Googling people who have done what you have done. Google them, listen to them. It is not everything they will say that you will follow, but just listen to them and deduce what you want. If you have a problem in your relationship, check out Family Life Engineering. My friend Preso is the savior in that industry. Family Life Engineering, check out his materials. The last time I checked, he had over 300 videos on YouTube, because I was recommending him to somebody also. He had over 300 videos on YouTube. Check out everything, become a part of his tribe, do everything. So that you are not good enough relationship-wise does not mean that you should now stay there. It is okay to feel, but fix what you feel. If you are looking for childcare and education, Rotimi Eyitayo is there for you. If you want to learn how to profit from your voice, Seun Shobo, the head of Voiceover Academy in Nigeria and in the US, they're there for you. So it is okay to feel that you are not good enough, but don't just die with the feeling and then be using the feeling to hunt other people and want to bring them down like a crab. No, we can't have the crab mentality. We can't have that feeling of if it's not good for me, it will not be good for you. All those things they used to project in movies. No, say to yourself, I am not a witch. Please say it to yourself, I am not a witch. Please say it to yourself, I am not a witch. I will allow people prosper. Please say it. Let me hear. Oh yeah, let me hear it. I am not a witch. I will allow people prosper. I am not a witch. I will allow people prosper. When people prosper, it's not your prosperity. It is their own. I am not a witch. I will allow people prosper. Do you understand? Allow people prosper. Allow your siblings rejoice in front of you without feeling suspicious. Allow your friends rejoice in front of you without feeling suspicious. Allow your colleagues rejoice. It is in Nigeria and in some other places that people are traveling and relocating. Their family members don't know, because they can go and use village people to bring them back to home and drink water. Say to yourself, I am not a witch. I will allow people prosper. People's testimony must not strangle your existence. Let people, you see, people will publish their weddings. You will say, delay is not denied. Did they tell you that they were delayed? What if they wanted to marry at 40 or 45? Is it that you think that everybody desires to marry at 20, 25, 27? No, no. If you think so, the world is small where you are from. No. People want to marry when they want to marry. They will not go and be writing a epistle. Delay is not denial. Leave them alone. Just say congratulations and be romancing their honeymoon and wedding pictures. Don't go and be quoting scriptures there. So the gift of insecurity is that gift of looking within. Is that gift of having an internal assembly. You will call yourself. You know how we used to wear, what do we used to wear? School uniform. You will wear that school uniform, whether it's dress or shirt and shorts, and then your beret with your student number. You will wear it. You will now sit down. Student number 001 or in Kosovo Labi. You now sit down with your pen and book. How am I not allowing people prosper? Symptoms of witchcraft on a scale of 1 to 10. When people testify to me, do I rejoice? When my wife is growing and developing and they are promoting her at work, do I rejoice? Some people, their wives will buy lands and houses. They will tell them to go and sell it because it's making them feel funny. What is funny about it? Can't you go and buy your own? When my spouse is growing and increasing, do I feel funny? Do I feel constricted? Those are the conversations we should be having. What is in me that is reacting to people's happiness and joy? Those are the conversations we must have. Because we cannot grow up into beautiful witches and handsome wizards. No, we cannot. We cannot even be globally wicked. No. So insecurity is good, but when you feel you don't feel good enough, or a part of you is feeling suspicious, we need to fix it. Google up materials on YouTube and show up at my inner child workshop. It is happening this month. There are about 6 slots left. Inner child workshop. It is happening this month. How to reparent your inner child, because a part of our childhood is broken and bruised, and that's the reason why we react to so many things. In fact, another symptom of insecurity is you are overly sensitive. You get angry easily. Any little thing, by PM, it will pierce you. Yeah, you are overly sensitive. So show up at my Reparenting the Inner Child workshop. The details are on the post. Check the first 10 posts on my wall. You will see it there. On At Emotions Doctor, you will see it there. I also wrote a story. One of the pinned posts on my wall, there's a story there on Simi, S-I-M-I. Please read it. Let's gather together as a family and reparent our inner child, because where we are going is far. And we can't allow these little distractions to stress us. When your friends are wealthy, you are wealthy. You don't have to be the wealthiest. You don't have to be the richest. You don't have to be the ones they will worship. No. It is insecurity that even makes you desire to be worshipped. And because I love and respect you, I know that you're not supposed to be part of those people. So once you feel, you fix. Once you feel, you fix. Once you feel, you fix. To attend the Reparenting Your Inner Child workshop, please send me a DM. It is very crucial. About 6-7 people, 7 countries have joined. Send me a DM to be part of it. It's one inner caucus meeting like that. 3 days on Zoom. You'll be in the evenings. That's my evening in the US. You'll be in the evening 2 hours each day. It's a weekend. Let's have conversations, ask each other questions, and realign our childhood with our adulthood. You can't be externally successful and internally frustrated. You can't live on the comparison zone. At every point in time, it is what everybody else is doing. Comparison makes you lack gratitude. It introduces ingratitude and dissatisfaction in you. You will just always feel that you must always toil, you must always work, you must always grind. When are you going to rest? Is it when you rest in peace? There will always be somebody who will be richer than you, and you must be fine with it. There will always be somebody who is prettier than you, and you must be fine with it. There are people who will be better than you, and you must be fine with it. Diligence is different from toiling. You can check the dictionary for both. Resilience is different from suffering. Social media will introduce some level of dissatisfaction and disappointment to you, that even when you are celebrating this joy, you are already looking for the next one. You don't even understand presence. You've reduced the present to a means of getting to the future. Everything for you is an agenda, a goal, a deadline, everything. When are you going to rest, chill, be calm? I always tell people, don't monitor me. Even me, I can't relate with some things. Like, I can't even remember some things I've done in life. Just leave me alone. I just want to enjoy my life and be paid while doing it. That's what I'm doing. There's nobody that is my competitor. When people ask me during business, who's your competitor? I said, maybe they have to Google. I don't have an idea. They don't exist to me. They don't exist to me. I am my industry. I'm not the industry leader. I am the industry. They don't exist to me. If I exist to competitors, they will be okay, but they don't exist to me. Because I have carved what gives me joy and I'm getting paid at it. So I will see you at the Reparenting Your Inner Child workshop. Thank you so much for sharing your evening with me. I hope this was worth your time. Inner Child workshop. Reparent your inner child. When we don't reparent our inner child, we will be disgraced. It's a matter of time. Because the higher you go in your career, you will take yourself with you. So if you refuse to reparent your inner child, something will go wrong. Alrighty, have a good evening. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you at the Reparenting Your Inner Child workshop. Just send me a DM for the details. Just send me a DM for the details. Just send me a DM for the details. Thank you so much for showing up. It was my pleasure sharing my life with you. Yes, Mama, Mrs. Fumidari, good to see you. Love you too. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much. Remember to keep asking yourself that question. What part of my life do I feel insecure? What must I do to fix it? When you feel insecure, attend to it and fix it. And step up your game. Step up your game. Those that know the truth, those that know their skill shall be strong. Those that know their skill shall be strong and they will do exploits. Know your skill, know your source, and you will do exploits. When you feel anyhow, you need to step up your game. See you at the Reparenting Your Inner Child workshop. Send me a DM to join. Alrighty.